the body language and every single details of somebody when someone speaks. He was talking about even if they did not allow us to go into the hall, and that says a lot. That even if they did not allow us access to the hall, because all this is happening in Latin. So if I think they might have the information, I'm not quite sure. I'm just saying based on the body language and the statement that he was saying, they can go and check that statement that he made yesterday when he made his speech. That even if they did not allow our people inside the hall, inside the event hall, that it doesn't matter. We can do the declaration. The declaration can be made on the street or even in a restaurant. Okay, so what matters is that a lot of people think everything has to be in pomp and pageantry and all that. It doesn't work that way in terms of freedom fighting. Freedom fighting. That's why our prime minister said, if you want to fight the Biafra liberation, he is going to take his suit off and wear his big cloth, so that you and him can go in poto. That what he mean by that is that freedom fighting is not a gentleman or gentleman business. It has to be a dirty game. So you don't expect that everyone will wear a nice suit and go and sit down one place and then the declaration will happen. Someone will come and fight it because you want to separate from an evil entity called Nigeria that have a lot of vested interest on. So what he is trying to say is this: if they didn't allow us to do it, if they didn't allow Biafran people to do the declaration, like maybe they didn't give them access to the hall for whatever reason, because that's a main primary target. So Biafrans have to reject this by all costs and do the declaration, even if on the street. You know what? That will go down in the history that so time on the 2nd of December 2024, I'm talking about maybe in the next 20, 50 years to come, they will be saying people like the Biafran people, despite the fact that their leader, Mazen Nandekano, is being held incommunicado by the DSA, by the Nigerian state terrorist state. And then their prime minister, as of that time, was being questioned for famously accusation that for a very long time this man has been in this country and no one goes after him until 2 weeks before the event for the redeclaration of his own country independence. They want to whisk him away for no reason. And at the end of the day, Biafran people even coverage, and what they did their declaration on a street or in a restaurant. It will be in the history, isn't it? We are talking about history issues here. It doesn't mean that it has to be on a nice 5-star hotel and everyone is popping champagne. This is freedom fighting. Castro, when he tried his first one, there was around there not even up to 100 people. He tried, he failed the first time, second time he got through. So all this thing is not something that maybe people should expect that it has to be, prime minister has to be there. Yes, he's gone. It will be better that he's there. But in the event that he's not there, don't forget the primary purpose that these people are accusing him of something that they know is not even true. And by the way, Alex Top has been under immense pressure from both British, Nigeria, and what have you. There's a lot of vested interest, like we all know it in Nigeria, and especially in Biafra. It's because of Biafra, because of this deposit that we have in our land. This is where the problem is coming from. So these people are trying every gimmick to see if they can throw the coming of Biafra off balance. It is not going to happen. That declaration is going to happen. And to my own suggestion, because I wanted to hold an emergency space this week before even the commencement of the program, but I just wanted to have this suggestion, and I hope that the government officials can listen to this. We don't need an arrowhead anymore. We have learned from the first mistake, and the second one. Listen, we have to plan ahead now. The timing is very, very critical. We don't need an arrowhead as the person piloting the Biafra movement. No, it's gone. We only need the COS, the Minister of Finance, the Foreign Affairs, and someone from the Defense Department. We need 4 people to be in charge so that no one will be heard to say, oh, this person, oh, we're no. One person can come and make statement at a time, but we don't need an arrowhead, and everything must be put on vote. Anything that the government will do going forward have to put on vote on the cabinet, and then they will tell us with the Biafran, just like everything has been transferred with the prime minister. We will know. We don't need command and control structure of stupid stuff. We don't need that nonsense. And we don't need anyone to come and tell us that maybe, oh, you don't need to know anything. No, we don't need it. Everything has to be in public. Things that need to be in public like the prime minister have been doing it. The first time, a lot of people criticized that idea, but it pays off later on. we come to realize that it's a good thing that everyone is being carried along. Let them have a vote. We don't need an arrowhead. We don't need the COS to be in charge. We don't need Ogenkere to be in charge. We don't need anyone else either to be in charge. The only person that is in charge is the Prime Minister until he comes out a week now, or 2 weeks, or 2 months, or 2 years, or 10 years. It does not matter. We don't need an arrowhead. We need 4 people or different up to 4, 3, 4, 5, or 6 people to be in charge. Let them vote them in and say this is the people that will piloting this affair going forward. Because after the declaration, we need stable hand. We need stable people. People will come and say this is what is going on, so that people will know who is in charge. Because we cannot have a leadless country. We are not an organization. So please, people should take this on board. Because people being in a cabinet does not mean that maybe you are smarter than everyone else. Everyone has to be carried along. Every opinion is very, very important. A lot of us read politics as part of our studies. So please, we don't need arrowhead again. We will be having issue with this because they will target one person and you don't know when they've been bribed. We're not saying that anything is going on, but please, we don't need arrowhead going forward. We need set of people to be in charge, and that is how it's going to carry. Everyone has to be carried along. If there's any cabinet meeting or voting, it should be made public immediately afterwards. It doesn't need to be shown on the on Zoom or something. But after the cabinet meeting, they should come and tell us, press statement and say this is so that everyone will be carried along as the Prime Minister has been doing. We have to emulate the Prime Minister and follow his footsteps, because this having one person in charge, it is very easy for someone to go and manipulate them. We don't need that nonsense anymore. The legal declaration will happen on 2nd of December. There is no going back. It's a sacrosanct date. It has to happen. Let the earth come down. It has to happen, because afterwards, the defense of our land is very, very critical. That's what we have. We need to have a stable hand going forward after that, so that everything doesn't turn in desert. We were talking about country here, not individual or group. Thank you so much, guys. I don't want to take too much of your time, because of I'm driving at the same time. I don't want to take too much of your time because I can't even look at the phone and all that. I thank you guys so much. Our host, one and only Claudims, our co-host, Helen Peters, and everyone that's here, Samanekwa Prince and Regent Fury. I had him speaking before, and everyone else that's here, all cabinet members and ministers, honorable ministers, and everyone, lovers of freedom, friends of Biafra, Biafran that is in our programs. Please continue to follow the Prime Minister's activities, the government activities, because this fight is for every single one of us. It's not meant for one person. Do your support. Support the government by true funding, because at the end of the day, funding is going to be the paramount among all this. Look at the last fundraising. A lot of people turn out more than what we've been coming out before. That's to show you that everyone needs this Biafra of FN, because we have to be realistic. The only hope I will have is Biafra. All these shenanigans that you see going on, they are accusing us from. Prime Minister has been there for a very long time. Why didn't they bring all these issues up? They just want us to throw everything off the table so that the re-declaration didn't happen. It has to happen. That re-declaration will happen even if it happens on the street. It has to happen. There's something about that 2nd of December. It must go on as planned. We cannot change that date. Anyone that wants to change that date, they should be thrown them out immediately. We don't need nonsense. This is not an organization, a group. This is Biafra government. It has to be declared. It's as simple as that. Let us face that monsters and deal with them squarely. We have the armies to do the biddings. That's why we need them to come up with people that is going to be in charge of this government. Not one person. We don't need it anymore. Enough of this nonsense. We're having someone as arrowhead, and at the end of the day, things will keep on going the way it's going. It's not going to happen again. We are Biafrans. We decide what happens here. Everyone's voice is important in this liberation. Put your own voice. Bring your input and your contributions towards this liberation, and everyone else should be carried along. Thank you guys so much. Like I said, I don't want to take too much of your time. I think I have already. Thank you so much, our host and everyone here. Good morning from here.
Good morning.
Please, if you can just mute my mic, because I don't want to touch the phone, please.
Okay.
Thank you very much, my brother. What I want to say after the redeclaration, please. So I want to speak to our army. Please let the needful be done. They cannot just keep taking our leaders, why the governors, the useless chairmen, and all the what have you, they are roaming about our Biafra land. Please let notice be taken. Thank you.
Thank you, Regent Fury. Thank you, Judy. I muted you. Thank you so much for that submission. I have said it right from the beginning. Biafra lives matters. Everything that you see that is happening is to stop Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is to stop Biafra. Simon Ekpa, 2 weeks. This convention means a lot to him. He has worked tirelessly. At times, he only have about 2 hours sleeps, even none at times. I see his eyes at times, they go very small, almost closing. He's not resting, he's not sleeping, he's all affected. You know, he's worked tirelessly. 2nd of December, we often use the word sacrosanct. In this time around, the word cannot be even more important. It is sacrosanct. If it's only one person that will declare this in the cold streets of Lahti, Finland, we will do that. He chose Lahti, Finland, because the name of the hall that we are using is named after the person who wrote the Biafran national anthem. Because I love the other hall we use in Helsinki. Absolutely a beautiful, gorgeous hall. But he chose this one, and I said, oh, he said there's a significance to it. There's a significance to the second, there's a significance to choosing the hall, and then there's a significance that this is his homeland, this is where he lives, and everything. So this work must continue. Biafra exit is the right thing to do, and the process has begun. The process begins on the 29th of this month to 3rd of December. Chukokika Biama is in control. Thank you, Stanley, and Mazoyeka, thank you for coming. Stanley, I'll quickly give you the mic and then I'll give it to Mazoyeka, because Stanley, you've been here before. Go ahead and make add to what you wanted to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Claire Deems. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hello. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, fellow Biafrans. I appreciate the last speaker that just spoke. That just spoke now. Seriously, he made a lot of. He spoke almost my mind. You know, we are at war. Biafrans, we are at war now. This is no longer a joke, and it is either we grab this opportunity and set ourselves free, or we live to regret it for the rest of our lives. The game has changed. You have seen a lot of people, you've seen the caliber of people writing about our prime minister. Why are we not going to do our best? If people like this, Ruben is tweeting about this and wrote an article about this, why can't we do more? We that are the people that are being killed. We that are the people that are being subjugated. We that are the people that are being enslaved. We that are the people that are being massacred. Why can't we come forth and put everything we have to this? I'm telling you people, we should not make any mistake. We should not make any mistake in this particular battle. We are at war with Britain. We are at war with Britain and Nigeria, to be specific. To be precise, we are at war with Britain, not just Finland, because they are the demons behind Nigeria. Britain is the demon behind Nigeria, and they will fall. I pray on Chukwuka Biama. I pray and I call on Chukwuka Biama, the creator of heaven and earth. Let hurricane visit Britain. Let a mighty earthquake visit Britain. Let it crush Britain. Let the land open. Let Britain enter into. Let the land swallow Britain, the country of Britain. Biafrans, we must do everything we can this time around. And most importantly, no matter what the situation might be, we must ensure that we declare Biafra on the 2nd of December. We must, no matter what it takes. Even if we have to declare it on the main road. We have to do it. We must make sure that declaration holds and it is covered, because that will be our legal stand in whatever we're going to do. We must make sure that we declare Biafra on the 2nd of December. And just like my brother just finished a submission, we should stop making use of arrowheads. We are the government. The people are the government. We Biafrans are the government. We are the ones to decide our fate. We are the ones to decide our future. We are the ones to decide our destiny. We should not allow Nigeria or Britain or Finland or whoever to decide our destiny and our future for us. We decide what we want to be. We decide if we want to continue being part of Nigeria or not. We decide if we want to continue being slaves or not. We decide to cut off our chain. We have risen up. We have decided to end contraption called Nigeria. We have decided to end slavery, and we're going to end it by fire, by force. This is no longer the time to paint words with anybody. We shall fight even with arms to make sure we liberate ourselves. We shall fight to any extent now. If all of us are going to die, let us die in this bid of our freedom. We must stand firm. We must fund this government. We must give our last card to this government to make sure that they they do the needful. Our lobbies are working. Our lawyers are working, and people are starting to rise up to speak on our behalf. Biafrans, we must grab this opportunity to cut the chains that have been binding us to Nigeria for over many years. We must take this opportunity to destroy this contraction called Nigeria. We must take this opportunity to destroy this British evil entity that have been toying with our future. I hit the mic.
Thank you, Stanley. Thank you so much. You see this thing we are saying? This, when Mazinam Kanu was saying it, it sounds so, and you know, it is serious. These mountains that we are climbing, this is one of them again. And we shall climb it, and he said we will fight and Biafra will come. So I am sending a message to everybody. Hey, Chicago drug lord, you and your you and that man that has come on telly to tell the whole world that going to Biafra land, the terrain is not friendly. Your own, you cannot fight them. You can't fight them on the ground. You are running, crying. You're spending all that money that comes from our region. You are spending it to bribe the whole world. Bribe the whole world. Using NGOs. Using all sorts of NGOs. You know, you've given people money to put allegations to say Simon Ekpa did this, Simon Ekpa did that. Foul, you failed. You have failed. And for those of you who are in the countries, every countries abroad, everywhere in the diaspora, thinking, oh, it doesn't concern me. I am here. Always remember Mazinam Kanu. You say you are a Finnish citizen, you are an American citizen, you are a British citizen. You are not a citizen, no. You are a second-rated citizen. When it comes to it, Papa know who in Pekin know who Papa be. That is what we are facing. That is what we are facing. So know it now. Know that this war that we have embarked on, the war of freedom, we are going to get it. Nothing is going to stop us. This war of freedom, that freedom is Biafra. We are going to get it. I don't even know whether I'm going to be able to sleep until I get my journey going. I don't even know how I'm going to sleep. Yesterday I slept for only 2 hours. I don't know how I'm going to sleep. But I know that nothing is going to stop me. Nothing. Because I'm doing the right thing. Mazonyeka, the mic is yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my baby. Thank you, great Biafrans, ladies and comrades, my ministers, I greet you all. So sorry, I'm joining formations. Thank you for your good works. All grace to our efforts. You see, we're not just speaking, but I just want to tell those to whom it may concern. If you have spiritual eye, if you can read, you know that our action, the action we are going to take, will be more louder than what you see us speaking. I'd rather die on my feet than living on my knees. Quote, Justice Merrill retired. You see, based on the topic here, the gas and oil MOU with West. I just want to tell the West, our gas, we can't use it alone. Will we sell it to you? Yes. We have, based on agreements, based on own terms, you will get our gas. But if you think you use backdoor continue suppressing us to our detriment, you will not get the gas. You will not get it. Forget about whatever you think you are. Enough is enough. You know, we the Biafran people, we don't engage in anything easily like that. We calculate before we engage. And when you push us to the war, we will not allow the war to fall on top of us. We fight back with everything in us. We fight you with our teeth, with our nails, with our anything in us, anything around us, we fight you. With anything humanly possible, spiritually, physically, fight you. You are free, you have freedom in your countries. You divided your area along tribal lines. Some countries are 1 million, some are 2 million, some are below 1 million in Europe. They're doing well. More than 50 million Biafrans, the highest power. There's no other power in this world. There's no other human power again, law, that is more powerful than this mandate of this above 50 million. They are given the mandate to declare a nation where they want to belong. And you don't have nothing, you don't have any other. Well, Gidi Walker and the past speakers have said it all. December 2nd is more than sacrosanct. It doesn't mean anywhere we can declare it anywhere. We just need people to gather on behalf of the people and declare it. The people have given the mandate, and it must be declared. The power belongs to the people, and they have given that power to those that will declare it. Just to pronounce what they say, to pronounce to the world the mind of the people, the mandate of the people. It must be done. Come what may. You must understand this. And I just written to the news from the European this thing. I'm just busy replying the Okokos, the Umo Okokos, the morons. They are no holistic, and moralistic morons. Those who only criminal and poorly informed individual speaks against our prime minister. Guess what we're doing? Go and verify very well. Among 10 people that speaks against our prime minister, you will see that 7 among them are criminal, 3 are poorly informed. Yes, I challenge you to do so. Go and do that research. So I will be updating them. The news respected politician, respected. Yes, respected. I'm proud of that. How many of you use that word to refer to? You are there moron as a useless Igbo man, Biafran man, woman. We are asking who elect him. The world regard him as Prime Minister of Biafra. Those who know better than you. You Wambanshi, Ochecha, maggot infested idiot. And I do who I do rubbish questions. Come, I can't my one blow will remove 5 of your teeth. We will fight you with anything in us. We are not afraid of death. We have seen our people dying. So it is better to die for our children than to die for nothing. Bear it in mind. December 2nd. This is around 2 a.m. here. I am speaking with a loud voice. I don't care who. I don't care anybody who, any moron. Because a time comes in your life, you act, you be mad. You act like a mad person to get what you want. And that time is now. To all Biafrans. We cannot allow this evil morons all over the world, evil criminals that don't care about people's life. They plan good for their children, for their own people. They don't care about others. Just sit back and analyze these people. They are way. You don't care about what the people are going through. You are more concerned about their own personal interests, that of your family, that of your people. We don't care about others. They think you will live. No, you will not live. As for Britain, I do say it. That place you put great, the opposite of great will be there in no distant time. The opposite of great. The calamity that will hit you is coming. It's inevitable. No artificial intelligence, artificial power that will stop it. And those who support you for your evil around the world, it's playing God. Playing God. That God will end in Biafra. Our gas is not for us alone. Those who value human life, who approach us in the right way, will get our gas. Yes, affordable, we get it. But if you want to follow back door, that gas, you won't get it. Those everything will blow everything off. Will blow everything off. Both any pipe, everything will blow off. Is it not that? Who will die and you will still die? You will die, you still die. That is what we are telling you. It's better. You retest your step. As for those bribing the bribable, after using all the money supposed to use to develop the people, to invest in the people, using to bribe, those who you bribe, they will collect the money and they will still disappoint you. For you, Nigeria, you criminals, politicians, bribe. You stole our money, use it to bribe. They will take the money from you and they will still disappoint you. And you will end up in shame. Lastly, I want to sing music for one more run. Caro White ambassador, Caro White ambassador, Ukumango balista, Ukumango balista, Ukumango balista, Caro White ambassador, Isige pegompe, Isige pegompe, Isige pegompe, Isige pegompe, Caro White ambassador, Legi Fanta, Fesi Cook, Legi Fanta, Fesi Cook, Caro White ambassador, Ukumango balista, Ukumango balista, Caro White ambassador. My name is Kachuku, aka code number.
Hey, Mazio Yenka, thank you for that. Oh, Caro White is saying they do something. I'm just watching Pastor Van that is showing us Prime Minister the dancing Prime Minister. I put something together. If you guys want to watch it, he put something together, the dancing Prime Minister. Let me quickly play. The voice of our COS at the moment. Just a second, guys. Always. I welcome BIAFRANs to this emergency meeting of the cabinet members. I welcome all the cabinet members here present, both at home and cabinet members in the de facto government. I welcome and thank our Biafra Liberation Army, our Biafra Defense Forces that are on ground doing the needful to ensure that the restoration of Biafra is not tampered with by anybody, by any government, foreign or local. Our determination to redeclare Biafra between November 29th and December the 2nd, both in Finland and in de facto homeland, is a task that every Biafran, every individual listening here today must be involved in. As the previous speakers have noted, our able Prime Minister, Obato, His Excellency Simon Ekman, will be with us in a very few period. This is just a short delay that will in no way affect what we are doing, demean our spirit or hamper our resoluteness. Restore Biafra on 2nd December. His Excellency, I greet you. I thank you for the wonderful job you are doing to restore Biafra. I thank you for your resilience. I thank you for not coming in or trying to negotiate. That is the spirit of Sisu. Every single individual here in Biafra government goes with that spirit of Sisu. We are more determined now than before for the restoration of the independent state of Biafra on 2nd December 2024. Nothing in this life, absolutely nothing will deter us. Nothing will stop us. So on this note, I want to bring to the notice of all Biafrans
that our Prime Minister is safe and sound, very healthy in Finland, attending to these issues that usually most of us know. The terrorist state of Nigeria will always try, in one way or the other, to bribe their into all the different foreign countries, to bribe their way into places like the United Nations, African Union, to bribe their way into every internationally established community or organization. The Nigerian government, using the Europeans, using United Kingdom as part of their deal, will always try to disrupt, will always try to tamper with the restoration of Biafra, United States of Biafra. But I want to tell everybody listening here today that the power that Nigerian government has, where they stop is where this government begins. I need them to know that our Excellency, His Excellency, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic, Simon Ekpa, has already led a full structure for the restoration of Biafra. Nobody on earth will stop that. We are both at home and we are abroad. Biafra will be restored from diaspora. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, has led the structure by introducing His Excellency Simon Ekpa to be in charge of this ship where we are right now. And that ship is on course. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, or you all should remember, he is with the Nigerian DSS today because of what we are doing. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, has said, instead of Biafra not to come, Nigeria will be burned to ashes. And I promise you today, instead of Biafra not to come, we, every single individual in Biafra government, in all the structures that our PM has laid down, we will burn Nigeria down. And any country, both international and in homeland, that tries to tamper, that tries to intervene, that tries to stop this restoration, that country will get the brunt of Biafrans. So I thank you all for coming here today. Like our Honorable Uche has explained to us what happened in Finland. Our Prime Minister's Excellency Simon Ekpa has been invited by the Finnish local authorities to volunteer information on what is going on. And our PM has always said he is looking for this opportunity for the government to officially know that Biafrans cannot continue to stay in a country where President Tinubu and Nigerian leaders reintegrate and rehabilitate non-terrorists into the Nigerian police and the Nigerian military and the Nigerian Air Force and custom, and they continue to kill our people. Our Prime Minister has looked forward to this particular moment with few innocent Biafrans that we are taken by the Finland authority, that we are invited to come according to them. They were involved in money, they were making donations, they were funding terrorism. All of you listening to me today, who is the biggest terrorist country we have in the world? Who is among the biggest terrorists? Who is the government that are killing Christians in their numbers? Who is the government reintegrating terrorists? Who is the government that's creating two types of laws? One Sharia in the northern part of Nigeria and then the regular in the south. Who is the government that invited all the different types of terrorists you have? They have their base in Nigeria today. Who is the government that is inviting Hamas and Hezbollah and inviting them to Abuja to come and partner with them? Who is the government when the election is conducted? Somebody will go behind the scene and switch the election. They will carry the election bus and they will steal it. Who is the government doing that? And now they are saying that PL is inciting. Let them know that Biafra is a nation. Our PM is defending Biafrans by the second. Our PM has noted that the way it is done before, where we Biafrans, we just sit, we watch, and these terrorists will come and kill us, kill our mothers, rape our women, kill our children, take away our boys and girls. That is what our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has vowed to stop. And he has vowed with his life. All of us Biafrans in the British cabinet The Total Homeland, the Biafran Liberation Forces, the Biafran Army, we have vowed in our life. We are going to continue this same call, this same place that our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has. Nobody will stop that. I want to let Biafrans know that our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has set all the structures in place for Biafra restoration from the beginning to the end. So taking him or removing him to go and ask him questions to delay or to disrupt our Finland Convention for the next 1 or 2 weeks, it is not going to have any effect. Rather, it is going to make all Biafrans more determined in the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. We are a full-fledged country. We have met all the criteria for a full-fledged country. We conducted our referendum where over 50 million Biafrans have voted for the independent state of Biafra. We've conducted different topics, we did a Twitter poll where 98% of Biafrans want to exit Nigeria because Nigeria is a killing ground. No sensible person in the world, no sane leader, no individual that has his or on his right will ever support the existence of a killing ground called Nigeria, where people are killed in their thousands every single day. No sane leader will support that. So anything that Nigerian government is doing, anything the local Finland authorities is doing, I want to assure them that fighting our Prime Minister or delaying him or making him not to be part of the Finland Convention, which he holds dear to his heart, that will not stop nothing. We are the people. The power belongs to us. The laws of self-determination allow us to rule ourselves, to determine who is going to be our leader. And Biafrans have spoken clearly over the past 2 years after they kidnapped and renditioned our leader, Mercy Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. He is now in Nigeria DSS dungeon. They did that because they think that when they take our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, there will be nothing about Biafra anymore. That was their wish. That was their thoughts. And now they are partnering with the local authorities in Finland to invite our Prime Minister to disrupt our Finland Convention. And let me ask everyone listening to me, if the rendition and our leader Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria, if that didn't work, what made Nigerian government think that inviting Simon Ekpa by the local police in Finland will work? They know it's not going to work. It's even going to get worse. It's going to get more brutal because we are determined for Biafra restoration. Nobody can stop that. We are all aware that all the crooks perpetrated by the Nigerian government to disrupt what we are doing. And I want to ask Biafrans, before I finalize my talk, let me ask you, when has self-determination, when has the right of the people to rule themselves, when has it become a crime? When has it become terrorism? The world watches. Biafrans, every weekend we have to raise money. The reason we raise money is because Nigerian government uses reintegrated terrorists to continue to kill our people. They make our youth disappear forcefully. People are taken away from Biafra land and they dump them in prisons in the north, in the west. No, without any justice, without any lawyer. Our leader Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned from Kenya by the same Nigerian government, by the same people that went to complain to the local authorities in Finland about our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Our leader was renditioned from Kenya. United Nations set up a committee and told Nigerian government to release our leader Nnamdi Kanu. They refused to do that. 3 law courts in Nigeria has told Nigerian Tinubu government to release Nnamdi Kanu. The terrorist government run by Nigeria refused to release him. And now they think without releasing Nnamdi Kanu, if they incarcerate our PM briefly, that is going to make any change. Just think, Their major reason is to make sure that we take away our PM Simon ever briefly, and then there will be no declaration of Biafra. Hell, oh my goodness. If they know how Biafrans are prepared this time, they will just leave our leader within the next 30 minutes, because what is coming both to Nigeria and to any international country that participates, become part of anything to disrupt the restoration of Biafra, then we get themselves. On that note, I thank Biafrans. I want to let you all know our PM is here. I'm happy. It is just a brief disruption to our plans, which is not going to affect anything in any way. I want all the 40 states of Biafra to be resolute. More than ever at this time, the Biafra Liberation Army and Biafra Defense Forces, now is the time to be more resolute. Our PM has given instruction. Any terrorist in Nigeria, any Nigerian military, Nigerian police, Nigerian Air Force, anything wearing Nigerian uniform inside Biafra land, they are the reintegrated terrorists that Nigeria want to use to kill and stop Biafra. So the Biafra Defense Forces, from this moment, you must increase whatever you have been doing. This is the time to increase it towards our final restoration. Our demands are very, very clear. Remove all the terrorists wearing Nigerian military and police uniform in Biafra land. Secondly, release our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Again, whatever investigation you are doing with our Prime Minister, you need to release him ASAP, because what he is doing is saving our lives. We must be alive for our freedom. So anything, anybody, all the terrorists in Biafra land, from this moment, just be aware that the forces we are going to release as a government from today is going to be very, very deadly. Because you cannot come to our land, kill us, and then go free. We must defend ourselves. This order is from our PM. Nobody can stop that. What we are doing is what the United Nations has given us the right to do. The right to self-determination. Nobody can take that away from us. We have met all the criteria to be a nation. We have a geographical area. We have the 40 states in Biafra with all the administrators in charge in homeland. We have created alliances with nations. We have lobbies that are working for us. We've met all the criteria as a nation. They killed us before, between 1967 and 1970. After the war, they gave all Biafrans only 20 pounds, regardless of how much you have in your bank account. Some Biafrans had millions of dollars, millions of pounds in their account. They gave Biafrans, every single Biafran, only 20 pounds after the war. And what has that 20 pounds done? That 20 pounds have made Biafrans all over the world the best in what they do. So nobody can stop that. And our declaration will happen in Finland between November 29th and December 3rd, 2024. Nothing shakes, nothing moves. We must restore Biafra by 2nd December. Thank you so much, everyone.
So, as you can see,
Thank you, Biafrans. Thank you so much. The right that the UN has given us, the same right African Charter has given us. All peoples shall have right to existence. They shall have the unquestionable and inalienable right to self-determination. They shall freely determine their political status and shall pursue their economic and social development according to the policy they have freely chosen. That's the right our COS, Dr. Ngozi Arabueze, was referring to there. And then when the issue of the Ukraine and Russia started, the NATO group gathered themselves together. They then issue a communique and they talked about the human rights and they talk about the self-preservation. That all self-preservation must be protected at all costs. So the people, he says, peoples have the right to choose their own government. Biafrans, you have the right to choose your own government. Nations have the right to choose their own alliances. Biafrans, we have the right to choose our own alliances. They are inalienable rights. Government must be protected. Our government must be protected. And the rule of law must be cherished. Sovereignty and territorial integrity must be respected. And national borders should not be changed by force. That was from Kamala Harris. The national border with the Biafra territory has been broken and has been changed severally without our own opinion, without consulting us. The integrity and the sovereignty of the Biafra territory has been broken, has been changing without confirming and without consulting us. They have carried on to use terrorism to cage us, to divide us, and to rule us. They have taken our rights, our unquestionable rights from us. They are doing that whilst I am talking now. They have ganged up together. Where the reference Mazinam the Kanu have said, we have enemies, formidable enemies, both internal and external. The external are playing their big deal now. They have colluded with the internal, and that is what is playing now to stop Biafra. But they have failed because we know for a certain we will meet all of these obstacles and we will overcome their obstacle, and we are seeking for freedom, and that freedom is Biafra, and we will get that freedom. That is what is happening. And that is why we are telling them that Biafra lives matter. You cannot say because of your gas and your oil that the West is supplying to that the corrupt drug lord, Chicago drug lord, is supplying the memorandum of understanding that he has signed with the West to provide them gas and to provide them fuel to fuel their European countries and all other countries, that we Biafrans must pay the price. We have been paying this price all of this time, and we say no. The life of a Biafran matters. Let's stop. Finland people, you are good people. But at times, there's always some bad eggs. We understand that. We are saying from here, from my own end here, I am saying, put a stop to this charade and nonsense that is going on. And I'm directing it to Alestop. Put nonsense and charade to this nonsense that is going on, that is being sponsored by the British and being sponsored by the Nigerian evil contraption that they have put together to stop Biafra. Put a stop to it. Whether you put a stop to it and you don't put a stop to it, Biafra will be restored. But you must put a stop to it. Because when good men keep quiet and be silent, evil will continue to perpetrate. And that's one main reason why you need to put a stop to it. You give room to evil men to succeed when you are quiet and you are silent. You know exactly what is playing out. And I know you are calculating a lot because you're a politician. This is politics that is going on. But you must put a stop to it because you're a good man. And Finland has been good to our Prime Minister. He has spoken well of Finland all the time. Finnish people must put a stop to this charade, this nonsense to stop Biafra. You must all put a stop to it. Biafra must be restored. It is the right thing to do. It's Biafran time, And we must make sure we restore Biafra to save life. Everything we've been doing is to save life. They have currently active 5 terrorist group. Active 5 terrorist group up in the north. They have the Boko Haram in the northeast. They have now Lukrawa in the northwest, or in the Sokoto region. Which part of Nigeria is that? And they are now going into Kebbi. They've decimated the whole of the Middle Belt. The people are protesting for hunger because the Middle Belt is a hub, the food hub of the country. They even lock up people less than 17 years old in prison for protesting for food. We now heard that a young man of 16 or 17 is going to be sentenced to death for stealing fowl and chicken. That is the country you are supporting, Alex. Stop. And Finland. If it is an NGO who has created this nonsense, they use an NGO from the back door. The Finland persecutor. I have just written his name down. Where did I put the name of that Finland persecutor? Oh my God, I wrote it down somewhere. Otto Hilton. I don't know how to pronounce it well. That's the head of the Finnish National Bureau of Investigation. Your name is OTTO HILTUNON. Put a stop to the evil being perpetrated by the zoo Nigeria. Put a stop to it. You know quite all right the activities of our leader, of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa Njoku. You know, you understand. The ORB report has said those votes are legitimate. The Organization of Emerging African States have said those votes are legitimate. You know exactly that he's using those dimensions he has said. Political, diplomatic, guerrilla warfare, and civil disobedience. Why are you cherry picking? Cherry picking the guerrilla warfare, where you see the Nigerian Christopher Musa, who is the head of the army in the Nigerian government, who came openly, we did not say it. He is the one campaigning up and down that he's using asymmetric warfare to fight in the southeast. Those were his words. We never said it. Why are you cherry picking that?
And jungle warfare.
Why is he cherry picking that? Because they are the one that brought the war to us. Self-defense is not a crime. They have been killing people willingly. What happened in Impal? What happened in Okwama recently? What happened in Erugu High School? What happened in Obigbo? What happened in all of those places? Stop it, Otto Hilton. Stop it. You're making a fool of yourself. Nigeria is a criminal enterprise. Everybody knows that. What about all the people just in Aba recently when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was been put in the dungeon? What did they do? The people, the IPOB Nigeria Criminal Establishment Political Pressure Group brought their people down in Aba. They slaughtered them in cold blood. What about the fact that they went to Kenya to commit international crime? What is the matter with people? Why can't they reason? The Nigerian government is the head of criminal establishment internationally, in the homeland, and in everywhere. They went to Kenya with the conjunction of the Kenyan government and British. They went there, they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to stop Biafra, to end Biafra. You know all of this. Meanwhile, they invited Kenyan government and that stupid idiot Buhari to England. And what ended it? They were all rejoicing. Oh, we are promoting something. We were invited. They were doing educational rubbish. You think people are fools? Nigeria are wise. The Biafrans are wiser than what you think. They are the international kidnappers. They are persecuting kidnappers at home, but they have led by example, kidnapping human beings everywhere. They have made an attempt, we know for a fact, because the Prime Minister said that. They have made almost 2 assassins. They wanted to kill our Prime Minister. We heard some of them, the last set that went, they didn't go as far as Lithuania. They went and they turned back. They have been sponsoring people. There was fatwa on his head. They have put billions and of naira and of thousands of dollars on his head to kill him. Why are you buying into this charade? I asked you, the persecutor in Finland, why are you buying into this? Why? Why are you buying into this? You are bigger than this? Is this a personal thing against our Prime Minister? I must question you. Why are you buying into it? He is plain and proper. Have you not heard they have come to protest against him in Finland? Have you not heard they have sent the Nigerian has sponsored terrorists have sent petition? They have sent petition. They have protested. They have sent assassin. They have put money on his head. Anybody who can kill him or bring him back to the zoo. They have debated about him in their parliament. They have agreed that he is the leader of the Southeast. The Senate President, Common Criminal Senator Akpabio, have said that. Musa has been crying up and down social media, crying about our Prime Minister. Why are you playing into their nonsense? I asked. And you have chosen 2 weeks before the thing that matters so much to him, the convention. You've shown yourself. Everybody can tell. Everybody can see that there's not something. There's a law to what you're doing. You have tarnished the image of Finland. You have disgraced Finland. You have brought them down. You have tarnished the image. There is no amount of compensation you can pay. I personally cannot forgive you for what you have done. You have shown him that although he's finished, but there is question about being finished. That is what you have done, the persecutor. I understand you are investigating, but this is beyond investigation. This is beyond investigation. This has been sponsored by charitable organizations that have put things together, that have bribed people to come and testify against him. And you know this is a lie. You know these are all false allegations. You know this is to stop Biafra. And you are carrying on with this charade. I don't know what to say anymore. But Chuko Kika Biama is in control. And I know this is part of all the mountains we will have to go through. And Biafra will still be restored. And that shame will be upon you people. The shame will be upon you. Thank you, Biafrans. I've made my last submission. Anybody who want to make a submission can do that before the space comes to an end. Thank you for being with me all day. Rage and Fury, you've done very well. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, thank you very much, my dear mother. I hope I'm coming out too.
You are coming.
Am I coming out?
You are.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, my dear mother, Auntie Claridins. Thank you very much for this endless sacrifice for the freedom of your people. This is the spirit of Biafran mothers. We want to live a good environment for their children. So that is it. Thank you very much. And like I said earlier, a good name is better to the nation of Finland. A good name is better than billions of dollars that you get from bribery. So compromise your values and compromise your standards. So the Finnish people, that should be a food for thought. Think about it. You understand? Like I was saying earlier, the greatness that the nation of Finland has achieved today did not come by the fact that they had some influence from Britain or from the British. The greatness is not as a result of they got some a huge amount of money from the Nigerian government to compromise their values. But it's because they hold high their values. This is why they have been able to achieve all this greatness as Finland. So they should not try to throw all of that in the dustbin, because one thing about Nigeria is that moving with Nigeria can make you lose everything that you have worked for all your life. Working with Nigeria can make you lose every good reputation that you have worked all your life. We are in Nigeria here. I know what I'm talking about. Most of these people that are kicking against the freedom of Biafra is as a result of the fact that they want to protect that space where criminality thrives, where criminality, terrorism, internet fraud, name them, drug pushing happen without anybody questioning them. This is one of the reasons why they are fighting against the nation of Biafra, a nation that will be run with database. This is one of their biggest fear. So the nation of Biafra, of Finland, I know you understand the person of Simon Ekpa, who has lived in your country for years. You know his record. He does not commit any crime right there. You understand? He could have been silenced over what is happening to us here in Nigeria. He is comfortable right there in Finland. He has all the luxury that life can offer. He has all the comfort. Finland, as a developed country, there are good roads there. He's not going out early in the morning thinking that the roads are bad and he's going to have accident. I might not come back like we have here in Nigeria. He's not going out thinking that somebody will kidnap him. He's not going out thinking that the terrorists are going to waylay him in Finland and kill. No, because he knows that there is security in that place. This is the kind of life he wants to bring back to us here in Biafra land. You understand? This is why he is fighting for us, to bring the standard, the quality of life that you have right there in Finland to us, to bring the same security. If I should ask the Finnish people, do your police, do your military, do they go about killing innocent children and women? Do they go about killing innocent civilians, armless innocent civilians? Do your military go about killing them like it happens here in Nigeria? If you have not even seen anyone that happened, the NSAS was a very popular one that the whole world saw. How the Nigerian army opened fire on innocent Nigerians, innocent so-called Nigerians who were just protesting to end one of the terrorist arms that was created by the Nigerian government called SARS, a terrorist group that was killing innocent civilians, armless civilians. Innocent Nigerians came out with Nigerian flag protesting that the government should end it. Then another terrorist group called the military come out and begin to open fire on innocent women and children, youth, and they killed a lot of people in Lekki again during NSAS. Is it like that here in Finland? These are the things that the Prime Minister stands against. And for the short period that he has not been around, the different groups, terrorist groups that are created by the government, they are boasting even on social media. They are boasting, Simon Ekpa, you are going to pay. When they say Simon Ekpa, you are going to pay, they are not. Their target is not Simon Ekpa. They know they cannot reach Simon Ekpa. The target is me, ordinary me, that I don't have protection here. That the military that is supposed to protect the people is the military that is killing the people. Police that is supposed to protect the people is the police that is killing the people. This is what Simon Ekpa stands against. Are you going to silence Simon Ekpa so that we don't have a defense? So that nobody can defend us? so that they can end up killing over 80 million people without put joy in your mind, in your heart, Finland. Like I said earlier, don't compromise your values. Don't throw the reputation that you have built for years into the dustbin because they gave you worthless dollars because of British influence or interest. You did not get to where you are today as a result of British interest. The nation of Finland, please do the right thing. As a result of keeping our Prime Minister away and many of our old mothers here at home, our old fathers, their BP has risen. A lot of them have died. This is what you have caused. It means that your action has ended up killing a lot of our people. Even if we young people, if our blood pressure is rising, how much more the old women? Yeah. Our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa commits no offense. Don't listen to the lies that the people are telling you. We are at homeland. We can tell you better who is protecting us and who is killing us. We can tell you right here. You understand? So do the right thing. And before I yield the mic, Soko Anurobo, please, you must speak up. This is the time to speak up. What happened to your brother happens to you. Today might be your brother's turn. If you keep quiet, tomorrow will be your turn, and nobody will speak up. Let us be our brother's keeper. No matter where you come from, whether Urobo, Isoko, Ishekiri, Ijo, Ika, Ikwere, Igodomigodo, Ibibio, Itaanang, Igbo, Igala, Igede, Idoma, we are all one. We are all the same. Our parents dress the same way. It's not by accident. It's not by mistake that our parents are dressing the same way. It's not by mistake that we are eating the same kind of food. It's not by accident that we have the same culture, similar culture. Even some of our names are the same. We Sokorobo, we the Koloka, Igbo the Koloka, Iroro, Iroro, Erere, Erere, Akbala, Akbala, Amaga, Ama. The list goes on and on and on and on. It is only enemy that has come to sow the seed of discord amongst us so as to divide us. Then brothers begin to have hatred against brother, rather than the enemies that came to divide us so as to steal our resources, kill us and steal our resources. Now, brothers are hating brothers. You need to stop this. Follow us. Follow me. I am going to the land of Biafra. I am tired of the land of death. I have left the land of death. That is Nigeria. I have left the land of slavery. That is Nigeria. I have left the land of suffering, the land of hunger, the land of pain, the land of killing. That is Nigeria. On this day, there are two choices placed before you and me. Life or death. Freedom or slavery. Nigeria is slavery. Nigeria is death. Biafra is life. Biafra is freedom. When we talk about Biafra, we are talking about better, good life for everybody. A place where our mothers can have access to good life. Even though we don't send money, we don't have money to send to them, the government is taking care of them. You, Isoko and Urobo, people that are not in the Isoko land, when was the last time you sent money to your parents? When was the last time? This is what we are for. Let us come together and fight for our freedom. Nyane nuwe wore Biafra menya mena woru wure nyane nuwe. Nyane nuwe wore Biafra menya na mene Nigeria re nyane. Aworo boru foma menya. Nyane nuwe wore Biafra menya. Mene Nigeria re nyane nuwe. Aworo boru zwaza menya. Nyane nuwe wore Biafra menya. Mene Nigeria re nyane nuwe. Nyane nuwe wore Biafra menya. Mene woro jare nyane nuwe. Nyane nuwe wore Biafra menya na. Mene woro jare nyane nuwe. E woro boru foma menya. Nyane nuwe wore Biafra menya. Mene Nigeria re nyane nuwe. Thank you very much. I yield the mic from here.
Rage and Fury, well done for today. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. You've been right from the time we opened the space. Please, we've just about to end the space. Just I know Uwoma, you've just come in. Please just make your submission.
That is Lucky Star. Lucky Star.
Huh?
That is Lucky Star.
Yeah. I didn't even know. Okay, just make your submission, and then also we make his final submission, and then Mazi Oyeka. Thank you everybody. Thank you. Freedom is
Hello.
what we want, and freedom is what we shall get. Thank you. Go ahead and make
Hello.
your submission, officer.
Thank you. This is Lucky Star. Here is my second account. I've been so down since some days now, so I can't really. I just had to join and then greet you people for everything you've done. I couldn't meet up to join you. I'm very strong. When our sister was, addressing the whole thing, you just nailed it. You spoke very well, and we must be very grateful to Chukwokika Abiyama for giving us our prime minister and giving us the Onyendu MNK wherever he is happy. But it has to go this way because what we are doing is legitimate. It has to go this way so that the world will finally hear and hear our story and what has happened to us. It has to go this way so that the whole world will carry the full details, the full information that the zoo has been hiding. It has to go this way so that our prime minister will rise up like what happened to Joseph. They silenced him at a time, and because he had a dream and God's power was upon him, God promised him through his dream, and his brothers, they silenced him, and then they betrayed him, cast him into that pit. He was brought out again and was sold for a penny. And after some time, he came up again and he became the real man, which is Joseph. That same thing is happening to our prime minister, that he is going to rise again. Yes, we read in the Bible, in Micah, he said, mass enemies from his household. Yes, it was his own people that sold him, that betrayed him, that lied against him. And then, at the end of the day, God, Chukwokika Abiyama, is rising for all of us. And then we read it in the Bible, that though I fall, I shall rise again. We are rising and rising, like the rising sun, and nobody can cover the rising sun. Our prime minister is strong wherever he is. Though he might be silent in that Twitter space, we are missing him there, and we still love him. We care about him, and he remains our prime minister. Even after now, he remains a prime minister. That name cannot be wiped out. Yes, this freedom we are talking about, if it's not working, the zoo will not panic, the zoo will not go after him. So everybody should be courageous. Know that what we are doing is a just cause, and there is no terrorism about us. There is no crime about what we are doing. We are following the template, the new dimension that tallies with the international standard on how to gain sovereignty and freedom for the people who were subjugated many years ago, the enemies that are hiding and lying and declaring holidays for some of the criminals who have rubbished the zoo. they declare holiday to honor them. But the genocide and homicide they committed against the people, the indigenous people of Biafra, they refuse to talk about it. And to, even as the people that wrote a book concerning this genocide, they don't even allow these books to strive. And when you talk about Biafra, they are not happy with you. They don't want to remind or talk about it. For what? That is the worst crime ever that these people have committed. All the stories about the genocide, the Jewish Holocaust that took place in Germany many years ago during Adolf Hitler was mentioned, and they compensated them. What happened in Japan by the one of the Hiroshima, the bombardment, they still compensate them today to pay them. But Biafran people, they refuse to pay us. They refuse to, in fact, to compensate our people. But rather, they chose the path of wickedness and to make sure that this ethnic cleansing, and then they want to wipe us away. That's why God said, no, these, my children, they are destined for greatness, and their light will not go off. And He chose all these men to fight for us. Millions of people divided into how many fragments, you discover that the saboteurs are becoming too much because they were brainwashed. They love corruption. They love to be greedy. They chose the path of wickedness, and they want to take bribe and then sell everyone, sell their people for peanut, sell their children for peanut, sell pregnant women with because of peanut. These are the criminals in our land that refuse to defend themselves and defend their own people. They lost their integrity, trying to lose their own identity by, collabing and then, mingling with the terrorists from Sahel to subjugate us and to wipe the entire race of the indigenous people of Biafra. But to God be the glory that we have risen, and our people, those who are wise, they know what I'm talking about. Those who are born for freedom, they know what I'm talking about. And we will never give up. We will never allow them to subjugate us in perpetuity. May Chukwu Kikabiama continue to rise for us. He said, yes, we read in the Bible, in Isaiah, there are 60. He said, arise and shine, for their glory is risen. We are rising already, and nobody can stop us. I want to say that, be courageous. We are not hearing for PM for now, but we believe our heart, our spirit, souls, and body are with Him, and He's going to come out to address us on a very faithful day, which is very close. We are not worried. We know that where He lives or where He stays now is safe and is being protected. They cannot give Him to the zoo. The zoo is a slaughter camp. The zoo is, in fact, they are so barbaric. All their evil, I call them rulers, because they are not leaders. They are all criminals. From the Senate, from presidency to Senate, whatever you call them, down to the grassroots, they are all criminals. All their police criminals, all their Navy criminal, all their custom criminal, all their Air Forces criminal, all their borders exposed to criminality, exposed to terrorism, exposed to all manner of insurgency, all manner of terrorists and terrorism coming from different parts of the world, flocking into the land because they feel that that is zoo contraption, is a safe haven for them, where they are going to continue to use the oil and kill the people, the owners of the land. And these criminals, if you are listening to me wherever you are, if you associate with the criminal country, you are a goner. If you associate with Nigeria, you are a goner. I tell you the truth, if you are strengthening your allies or strengthening your whatever relationship with the zoo, your reputation is gone. I want to tell you, if you are working with someone that is stained with excreta, you are going to smell as well. Nigeria is stained and overdue and about to be destroyed. They need to be destroyed in totality. If you associate with Nigeria, you are worse than excreta. Instead of you to associate with Nigeria, you better eat your own excreta. Your own excreta cannot even kill you. I tell you the truth. truth. But if you associate with the zoo, you are going to die. If you don't even die, the people will hate you. You are going to, it's like contacting, it's worse than HIV. It's worse than the pandemic that came the other year, COVID-19. Associating with the zoo is worse. Associating with Nigeria is worse than that COVID-19 that came up the other year. I am telling you the truth. If you try it, just continue to strengthen your relationship with the zoo. All the British, if you like, continue to advise the zoo, continue to have interest in the oil that belongs to Biafran people. I tell you, this very United Kingdom, I don't know how they call you people, whether British or whatever they call your name, God is going to punish you. I tell you, those criminals that you brought into your land, you are already a criminal, and you brought those Islamic nation, those terrorists into Britain. They are going to join you to destroy yourself over there. And as you are supporting the zoo will also, tarnish your own image more than what you have done to us. I am saying this from the depths of my heart, and I am
Sorry,
not.
Lucky Star. Sorry, Lucky Star. For the record, this man speaking is also from the homeland. This is also a first-hand witness, like myself. Thank you. Go ahead.
What I am trying to say is that any country that refuse to support Biafra, you will regret at last. And any country that kept on or keep on supporting the terrorist country known as Nigeria, you are going to regret. And all your weapons that you are supplying the zoo to kill the indigenous people, all your weapon will be, God will use your weapon against you, and all your weapon will disappoint you. All your weapon will fail you. All the money you are sending to the zoo, to the zoo Nigeria, we turn back, and then it will be a problem to you that you cannot be able to solve it. I am telling you, wherever you are coming from, if you are still supporting them, if you are still betraying us, if you are still sabotaging what we are doing, you will regret, and the curse that we are releasing will be upon you. I tell you, your own water will kill you. Your own food will kill you. Any pestilence, whatever, all that happened during the time of Pharaoh will happen to you. The plague that we wish to talk about, will happen to you. All manner of diseases will flock into your land. Any country that support Nigeria will regret, and that country will cease to exist. In fact, what happened to Jericho will happen to you people. Thank you very much. I greet you, my host, Clara Deems. Continue to roar, and they will run. All our enemies will run, and they will borrow leg to run. If they refuse to run, they will die there, and then the good people will take over the land. Thank you very much. I greet my Prime Minister. I greet everyone that listens to us, all the ministers in the cabinet. I greet all of you, the government of Biafra, the public government. I greet all of you, all those who are working, Minister of Information. I greet you, all our lobbies. I greet all of you. May Chuko Kikabiama bless all of you, all the departments in Brigi. May God bless all of you. Don't give up. Continue to support. Continue to prepare yourself. We are going there. Finland will storm, and they will hear us again. They will know that Prime Minister is a real man, is a good guy, and we are going there to declare our Biafran freedom. We go there. Everybody mount up your wings and soar higher. Don't be tired. Don't be discouraged. All the minister and to as many who register to be there, make sure you are there. And if we Finland, we see to it that these people that have come for election, they are not terrorists. They will see them. There is a way terrorists looks like. You are not going there with your gun. You are going there with fact and figure. You are going there with the truth. You are going there with every evidence, and then they will know that Prime Minister is not a self-acclaimed. They will know that Prime Minister is a man of the people, and that the people loves him. And in fact, whoever that covers the truth will see to the fact that we love Prime Minister and we believe in Biafra, and Biafra is real, and Biafra must come. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucky Star, for that. May you be healed completely. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Mazioyeka, make your final submission, and then my brother also. Thank you. Mazioyeka, you don't sleep. I know it was did you say it was 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. in your place the other time? Mazioyeka, wake up.
You go down sleep. You go down sleep with that. Let another man take his place. Even the Bible said it. Let another man take his place.
Mazioyeka, don't sleep. Okay. Mazin also. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Your final submission. Mazin,
You don't sleep. You don't sleep, too. This one don't sleep too. You don't sleep. Let another man take
submission, and then we can end the space. I greet everybody. Go on, Simon Ekpa, Prince, please. Don't tell me you don't sleep.
No, I'm not asleep. I'm not yet asleep. Okay. I was going through some post broadcasts that Emmanuel Rebin was doing based on this same issue we're talking about PM. So I thank you for today's space.